How's it going, everyone? Let's see. Today we're going to just kind of do something a little different here. I was over at the arcade, and I got one of my batteries out, my 3 amp hour. This is an aftermarket for my Ryobi, and it is stone dead. I've had really good luck with these aftermarkets. They seem to hold up just as good as the regular ones. So I don't know if these are kind of refurbished or whatever they are. It just says for Ryobi P108 replace Ryobi 18 volt 3000 milliamp 54 WH. Not sure what that one is. Sorry if I'm shaking. And your battery's flashing. Okay, as I was saying, that I've had really good luck with these aftermarket batteries. This one's probably about 4 or 5 years old, maybe even older than that. Bought these on eBay. I have 2 of them. The other one's still going really strong. But with it being stone dead, when you plug it in to the charger, it's flashing, it's testing, and now it's telling me that it's defective. What it does is the smart charger tests it, and usually what they'll do is they'll put a little bit of a trickle charge into it to see if it'll take the charge and then start charging. Well, this one is doing absolutely nothing. I don't know if we have a bad cell in it, or if it's just so stone dead that the charger itself won't charge it at all. Won't even put a small charge in it to see if it'll take it. So what we are going to do is, I'm going to have to get you set up in the stand, because I'm not going to be able to do this without. But before I put you in the stand, what we're going to do is we're going to use our DC power, which is 14. We're at 15.1. I'm going to start with a small charge with it. Let's do about 5 volts, so as not to overheat anything and cause a problem. Now I'll put you in the stand after I show you what I'm going to do. Kinda. Alright. You can see we're marked plus. Now, let me get your screen turned around so I can see what the hell you're looking at. We have plus and minus here. All I am going to do is I'm going to take my probes off of my power supply and my rework station. We have it set at 5 volts, and I am just going to see if we can't jump start this battery a little bit at 5 volts, just to kind of trickle it, and hopefully we don't blow ourselves up. Yeah, we'll give it a little bit here. And then let's see if it usually when you plug these into the charger, this will start flashing as it's charging. And see, 5 volts may not be enough to even light the light. Hopefully can you see that? There, that's a little better. No, we don't even have the light. Nope. So let's bump that up to about 10 volts. And see if we can at least get the light to come on, that it's taking something. See, we don't even have the light coming on yet. Just for the heck of it. See, the double click means that it has tested it and nothing. We're going to turn my power supply on my rework station only goes up to a little over 15 volts. And the end just broke off. Well, that's a bunch of crap, isn't it? I'll bet you can't get in these. All right. Let's improvise. Wires are kind of hanging out there. My rework station isn't beeping, so I know we don't have a short or anything on the inside. Usually, let's see if it'll do it. That means that we have a short. So I know our battery's not shorting on the inside. I'm thinking that we have a bad cell. I'm gonna try it one more time, trying to kind of charge it, and if that doesn't do it, then we're gonna take the battery apart. You want to see what's inside the battery anyway. It may take a while too to kind of wake it up, but most of the experience I've had with these batteries, that if they don't take a charge, most of the time it's a dead cell. I know there's some hacks out there where you can, you know, kind of, I don't know, where you put it in and out a couple of times real quick, and it'll keep throwing a little bit of a charge into it until it'll wake up. But I've never had very good luck with it doing any of that. Most of the time it's just the battery is caca. And most of the time the cells for these things, you can buy the cells, but by the time, you shouldn't really just put one new one in. If you're going to do it, you buy them all and put them in, and most of the time it's more expensive to do that than it is to just go buy a battery. Alright, that's been a couple of minutes. Let's see what happens. Oh, see, it's still double clicking, telling me that and it's not taking a charge. Okay, there's your little Torox. Let's get our security set out. We're gonna make room. Nope. Nope, too small. Too big. Just right. You wanted to see what was in here anyway, didn't you? I've had a problem with, I think I had one that got wet. And once it got wet, it never worked after that. I know this one never got wet. At least I don't think it did. We have a mystery screw. Sure acts like it. Oh. This doesn't smell healthy. Yep, let's just slide out of there. And there's our cells. 18 650s. That's interesting. And they're the flat tops. $18,650. Same thing that's used in a lot of those headlamps, flashlights, trail cams, and stuff like that. Now okay, that's the test button. See, the problem, you can change them, like I said, and you have to solder, unless you have the mini spot welder to spot weld the tabs back on. 18650s are really common. You can buy them on Amazon. What did I buy? I bought 4 of them for $29.99. And see, you have 5 of them. At $30 for 4. What is that? That's about $7.50 a battery. So you could have like $37.50 in 5 18650s. Those are 30 amps, the ones I use. These are 3.7. Let's see. Well, these are older than what I thought. These are 9/25 of 2017. So these batteries are 6 years old, and that's quite a bit the life expectancy of a set of batteries. Or what is it, 300 and I think the ones I use are like 360 cycles, meaning one cycle is charge, discharge. Charge, discharge is one cycle. So if you went through a set of batteries a day, you could only get about a year before they don't just totally crap out on you. Most of the time what they do is they just start degrading as they get older and have a lot more charges on them. They just start not holding a charge as long as what they're supposed to. And, you know, they just degrade. That's the nature of them. Now, I really need to test them batteries. But that one actually looks like it was leaking. And that one. Focus. Okay, you can see the brown goo around the button in there. And the other ones are clean. And this one right here has some brown goo. And the other one is clean. So it looks like we probably have 2 bad cells in this. So let me see if I can't round up a voltmeter. If you remember, I fried my voltmeter when we were working on the Kodak sticker machine. That sucker actually smoked. Still comes on, but it won't test a thing. And I don't have another, well, I might have a backup. Let me see what the heck I can round up. I need to test those and see if we have any voltage in them whatsoever. Okay, now that we have a working meter, we can test these batteries and see if we can't pinpoint ones that are bad or the one that is bad on here. And this is your plus side, your minus. I have this set at 3 volts, so we're at about 1.5 volts, a little over 1.5 volts. So we do have something in here. Now, individual batteries, let's see, there. Let's see, we have about 0.5 volt or under on that one. Let's see, that's plus. Same there. And this end one, the one that looks kind of funky, like I said, it looks like it's leaking. There's just very, very little in it. Let's drop that down to 1 volt and see if we can't get anything out of it. Yeah, we got under 0.5 volt in that one. I'll swap that around. This one. But under 0.5 volt on that one. I think that's the other one that looked, yeah, that's the other one that looks like it's kind of leaking. This one, same thing, under. Let's see, oh, there, and there you can see that there is some voltage in them. We have one, I think it's this one right here. Oh, we have voltage in that one. Maybe it was the other end. Oop. Try that one. Is it that one? Now we have voltage in that one. A little bit of voltage in that one. And a little bit of voltage in that one. Swap it around. That one's less than the rest. And that one has some voltage in it. Okay, so why? Just for the heck of it, I was just thinking of something. Let's go to 10 volt. Let's get a reading. We're on 10 volts, so we have about 1.5 volts altogether. Right? Yep, 10. Yep. Okay, now what we will do is I have my power supply set on 10 volts. And we are going to, oops, we are going to see if we can add some voltage to those batteries. No spark. Doesn't like that. And it may be that, okay, it no like that. But let's see if we added anything to it. Come on, meter. Are you sleeping? It did. It added some to it. Let's see. Plusative and negative. Let's see if we can add anything through the top. And it could very well be that I just didn't have it, you know, that I didn't try and charge it long enough while it was still in the case. Let me, too bad my lead broke. I could have just hooked it up and let it sit for a little bit. That's that cheap. Those cheap leads. And if one of these lights come on, we know that we're putting something into it. Ooh. Wet finger or something. Because I got a tingle. Nope, not getting warm. Alright, let's try this again. Are we putting anything into it? Or did I lose my... Yeah, we're up to like 1.8. So let's, oops, sorry about that. Let me kick you a little bit. Do I have another set? Oh, looky there. Let me change out my leads. See if I can put different ends on that one and use it for something else. That's what happens when you buy cheap leads. Okay. So we can hook that one up there. And that one up there. We're on 10 volts. Should have 10 volts at the top, which we do. And what do we have down here? Still at about 1.8. You don't suppose we need to turn it up? Or is it that the board has crapped out? Which is a distinct possibility, you know that? So that should be plus-ative, and that should be negative, with nothing coming down. Here and there's good. Okay. Where's it at? Okay, here, this is our plus here. Right there it says B, B plus, and this is B minus. And we have 10 going into our circuit board. So we know the wires are all good going down through there. See there? And that's, oop, come here, quit running away from me. We have 10 volts there, which is the battery side. Now do we have 10 volts here? No. So the ground side is not working. Coming through to charge the batteries. Now if these have a protection because of a bad battery, it will switch it off in here on the board itself. And it won't let the voltage go through if there's a bad cell. As far as that's what I am gathering. You know, we're still staying the same, so nothing's going into the battery or batteries. Let's go ahead. I'm going to turn that up to 15 volt. I'm on 10. I better jump that up a little bit. Now we should have 15 volts coming down, which we do. And we don't have 15 volts going into the battery. Okay, let's yeah. We have a bad cell. Which I'm still saying it's this one here, this end one, because that one has a lot of crap around the positive terminal. So it looks like we're not going to be able to do anything good with this. All right, well, That's the end of that story. So my battery's bad, and we determined that it is. It has a bad cell in it, because when you try and charge the batteries, you shouldn't have any problems charging the batteries right at the battery. And when we touch the batteries, my power supply goes into protect mode, so we have a dead short, which obviously it's going to be one of the cells are either totally bad, or there's one that's going bad, and it's grounding out on the inside of itself. Like I said, 18650s, they're good batteries. They're used in a lot of stuff. But I don't have, I've had batteries blow up on me soldering to the tops of them or the bottom, so I don't suggest soldering to these batteries, because 18650s are a pretty nasty battery when they blow up. And if you have the spot welder, fine. I would say, yeah, go for it and change batteries and put a new cell, or just put 5 new cells in it and you can rebuild your whole battery that way if you have the spot welder. I don't have the little mini spot welder, so I can't do nothing with it. I will put this back together and put it in the bad battery pile, which I have 3 of these 3000 milliamps that are bad. So if I get the spot welder, I will fix batteries. Just for fun. Alright. So I hope you enjoyed the video, even though it's not a success. But we did find out what makes these tick, and how to test them out, and see if we can determine if we have a bad cell. This one, like I said, it's fairly easy if you have decks. If you have a power supply that has a protect mode on it, or short circuit, whatever. It's easy to test them out, and without frying yourself. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoy making them for you. I always enjoy tearing stuff down, see how it works. And we'll take a second or two here, and let me get these all put back together, and we'll stick it on the charger just to make sure everything that I didn't yeah. Okay, so that's it. We have a bad battery. Duh. That's what we started out to find out. We got a bad cell in that, an 18650, and like I said, I'll put this one up. When I do get the mini spot welder, I will change and put new cells in these batteries. I have two other ones that I can do as well that are the same. Not this Power Extra, but I have two Ryobi batteries, original branded Ryobis, that are bad. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next one. I don't know what's next, but we'll find something. Until then, see ya.